You think your dog forgets that scary trip to the vet, but that's not the whole story. Dogs don't just remember events, they keep emotional echoes, and those echoes shape every tail wag and hesitation you see. They remember the feeling more than the facts. A quick jolt, a raised voice, a rushed goodbye. Those become emotional bookmarks. Now imagine your dog carrying dozens of those bookmarks. That's why one small mistake today can echo for months. First surprise, the exact way you left. Dogs remember departures, not just that you left, how you left. A calm, gentle goodbye writes a different memory than a frantic, rushed exit. When you slip out with panic or guilt, your dog encodes anxiety. Over time, those departures stack into separation stress. But when you make leaving predictable and calm, you replace those anxious bookmarks with neutral ones, and they start to trust the break. Notice how they behave the second you reach for keys. That reaction is more memory than moment. It's not magic, it's learned emotional association. Change the way you leave, and you change the memory pathway. Second surprise, the tone that taught them trust. Dogs store voices like fingerprints. A soft, steady tone becomes safety. A sharp, high-pitched yell becomes alarm. If you correct with panic, you teach fear. If you coach with calm, you teach confidence. That's why voice changes are small but seismic. Over weeks, the voice you use becomes the cue they use to predict outcomes, comfort or threat. Here's a tweak that rewrites those memory threads. Narrate calmly during stressful moments. Say simple, low words when the vet handles them. Your dog will link your tone to safety. It's tiny, it's powerful, it's a memory hack. Third surprise, the smell of people and places. Dogs don't remember names, they remember scents and the feelings attached. The person who once comforted them at night becomes safe scent. The yard where they were frightened becomes a void. Those scent memories are stubborn because scent is tied directly to emotion centers in the brain. That's why rescue dogs may react to a smell months later. You can use scent to overwrite old memories. Introduce a soft, consistent scent paired with positive experiences. A blanket, a treat smell, and slowly that scent becomes a new emotional anchor. It takes repetition, but dogs live in a timeline of smells. You can edit that timeline. Fourth surprise, the pattern of your routines. Dogs remember sequences, not just walk, but the order. Leash, keys, door, click. Disrupt the pattern and they become confused or anxious. Keep consistent patterns for good outcomes. Calm lead up, predictable cue, happy reward, and you build confident expectations. Break a negative pattern by substituting a calming cue before the trigger. Over time, the memory of that trigger shifts from alarm to neutral. Here's an example. If the sound of the vacuum sparks fear, add a 5-minute ritual before vacuum time. Treat, calm petting, low voice cue, then vacuum. Repeat. The memory of vacuum becomes paired with calm, not panic. That's reconditioning, and it rewrites the emotional bookmarks. Fifth surprise, they remember your emotional honesty. Dogs are experts at reading micro-expressions and internal states. If you mask frustration with a smile, they feel the mismatch. They store the underlying emotion. Over and over, that builds a map of when you are safe and when you are not. Authentic calm is the fastest route to safe memories. Your dog remembers sincerity. So what do you do right now? Start with 3 shifts that create new, positive memories. 1. Make departures neutral. Pause, breathe, give a treat. Leave without drama. 2. Use a steady, low tone during stressful events. Narrate, praise, and avoid sharp corrections. 3. Pair a consistent scent or object with comfort. A blanket, an item of clothing, a favorite low-smell treat, and use it during vet visits, baths, and grooming. Every 20 to 40 seconds in a good video, you want to tease the next insight. Like this. But the way you greet them when you come home, that's the memory they replay most. Later, I'll show the exact 10-second greeting that rewires it. Then deliver it. Keep opening small curiosity gaps and close them with quick, actionable fixes. Midway. If this is changing how you see your dog, hit like and subscribe. There's a simple 3-step routine I'll share that rewrites anxious memories in just 2 weeks. Now, the practical deep dive. Memory in dogs is associative and emotional. Their brains weigh events by intensity of feeling, not by detail. A loud, frightening event becomes a long-lasting memory because the amygdala, the emotion center, tags it. Repetition reinforces it. Predictability and safe context weaken it. That's why tiny, consistent signals from you, calm tone, steady touch, predictable routine, shift the emotional valence of memories from fear to trust. Behavioral psychology shows that conditioned responses form quickly when paired with strong emotion, but they can be extinguished when the trigger is repeatedly presented without negative outcome and paired with positive cues. In plain terms, safe repetition wins. The science isn't complicated. It's about pairing, timing, and consistency. Now the emotional reframe. Your dog isn't being stubborn or naughty. They're carrying a library of experiences. Some pages are dog-eared with fear. When you change how you act, you help them rewrite those pages. You become the editor of their emotional story. That's powerful, and it deepens the bond. Here's the exact 10-second greeting that rewires reunion anxiety. Pause at the door, avoid immediate high-energy fuss. Kneel to their level, speak one calm, low-syllable word. Hey. Offer a small treat, then pet slowly for 5 seconds. That sequence reduces adrenaline spikes and teaches that your return equals calm, not chaos. Use it every time for 2 weeks, and you'll notice fewer frantic jumps and calmer tails. Keep opening small curiosity loops. There's one mistake most owners make during vet visits that locks in fear, and it's nearly invisible. Then explain, telling them it's okay in a high, anxious voice. That voice reinforces fear. Instead, use low, neutral soothing and a treat after the handling. Before we close, small consistency compounds, 10 calm departures, 10 low-tone vet narrations, 10 scent pairings. They build a new emotional ledger. Memories tilt towards safety. That changes behavior. Final insight. Memories in dogs are less about facts and more about feelings. Change the feeling, change the memory. You don't have to erase the past. You can overlay it, soften it, and give your dog new moments to carry forward. Your dog isn't just remembering events, they're keeping a map of how you make them feel. Be the safe point on that map. Be calm, be consistent, and watch them remember you as comfort, not as a cause for anxiety. Your dog isn't just behaving, they're communicating.